are so fortunate to be involved. You know, sometimes it's easy for me, as what he said, to take it for granted. It's easy for me to take my relationship with Daniel for granted, or my relationship with my relationship with Dallin for granted, or even sometimes, you know, it's easy for a husband and wife to take their relationships for granted. And when we do that, that's the beginning of trouble, of taking for granted. Because you know what? Today should always be our best day, because we don't know we have tomorrow. And so as you sit here this evening, I want you to think about today is your best day. You know, what can you do right now at this moment and over the next few moments? What can you do to make it your best? So I want to ask you that. What can you do? What type of state of mind can you put yourself in? What type of attitude can you put yourself in? Because you know what? The key, I do believe, it's not so much of it is based on our ability to how we see things and how we think about what's going on. It's not about what's happening to us. It's about how we see it and how we think it is. And so I think that's why almost every time I talk about what the Bible says, as a man thinketh he is. And it's so much what we do. You know, people always, you know, you just, doesn't matter who it is. I'm overwhelmed. I'm over this. I'm over that. Well, of course you're going to be overwhelmed. But you know what? The Lord has created us to become overcomers, not overwhelmers, to be overcomers. Good. Think about that. We're to be overcomers, not overwhelmers. So which one are you? Do you get overwhelmed? Because what happens when that happens, and sometimes we don't even realize it, it's just words that come out. What happens is we're opening up the doorway to be handcuffed. We're given the keys to control us. You know, but a couple things I want to talk about is this. I want to talk about, you know what? I love sports. I just like numbers. I like sports and stuff. And you know what? What I found out is this: so many people set themselves up to fail. Why do more people not make it with us? It's because they set themselves up for failure because they don't really understand. All they do is look at the immediate, and what Daniel just said. You know, the company's looking 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road. Here's my question: are you looking 3 years and 5 years down the road? Are you looking at the day? You know, Whitney, our whole goal, and Mike, our whole goal is very simply, we want you to become better people just by being in contact with me and my wife. That's in all areas of life. That's physically, that's spiritually, that's financially, that's emotionally, because that's what success is. It's about them areas of life. You know, so you can't just gain success by just one level. It's multiple things. It's multifaceted. Successes, that's it. That's what I want to talk. It's multifaceted successes. It's multidimensional. And what happens is this: people are coming, and I'm going to talk to you about Paseo for a second. People are coming, and they come to the meetings and all that. And I've been here for 2 months, or I've been to 10 home meetings, or I've been to 10 meetings, and I've only sponsored one person, so it must not be going to work for me and all that. And what they're doing is they're placing the seed of doubt inside of themselves. But what they don't realize is if they'll just be patient. You have to be patient with success. You have to be patient. And the other thing is this: not only patient, but here's the deal, is you think about it. You don't realize what's going on inside of you. So many times we are changing inside and we don't even realize. We're changing our belief structure. We're changing our belief system, our attitudes, our mindsets, our precepts. We're changing all that. Not only that, there's been seeds that have come in that we're changing spiritually also. And you know what? But we only look at our success one dimension. Well, what level am I, or how much money I have? And if you look at your success down this journey with us one dimensional, you're not going to make it with us. Because success is not one dimensional. If success is one dimensional, Michael Jackson would be alive today. Whitney Houston would be alive today. But success is not one dimensional. So I want you to get your mindset out of just one dimensional. That you're judging yourself and grading yourself by what level I am. Or how much money have I made? You know, I told somebody the other day, it took me and my wife 22 years to go diamond. Whitney's eyes almost fell out of her head. Mike, 22 years to go diamond. And you know it's worth every 22 years. You know why? I learned to think differently. I become a different person. I become a better dad, a better father. I guess that's the same. A better husband, a better friend, a better Christian, a better businessman. All through them 22 years, I grew in all them areas. Guess what? That if you had $1 billion, you can't buy them areas. So I want you to understand that you cannot and do not, I'm asking you, do not judge yourself or grade yourself just by what level you are in the business and how much money you make. That is setting yourself up for failure. Why do people fail? They set themselves up for it. The next thing I want to talk to you about tonight, I'm going to talk to you about a baseball player. And what is amazing to me is this. You know, it's an amazing game. Watch this. I've never been a big fan of baseball, but I was eating dinner several years ago down in Tampa, Florida at the International Mall. I was eating with my financial guy, Mel and Sherry Meyer, and Alan and Pepper Jernigan. They triathlons, or whatever you call them, triathletes, or whatever you call them guys. Just good friends. And what's amazing is this. We were sitting there just talking, and all of a sudden, I started getting this stuff about baseball. Now, you got to understand, I know nothing about baseball. So it's one of them restaurants that's got the white tablecloths on it. So what I do, I grab a pen, I just start writing everything that I was getting from the Lord on the tablecloth. Everything down. I didn't know if it was true. I didn't know anything. I was just writing stuff down. And watch this. This is all verifiable because later that night, Alan and Pepper stood up over it and took a picture of everything I wrote down off the tablecloth that night. And I wouldn't just give you names if it wasn't. But this is what's amazing to me, thinking about baseball. I didn't know that there's 162 games in a baseball season, but I wrote it down that night. In a Major League Baseball season, there's 162 games. That's regular season games. I didn't know that. I know that there's superstars in baseball, but I'll tell you a few, and I don't remember exactly everything, but I'll give you some of the things. You know what? An average baseball player will get up about 4 at-bats a game. 4.5 at-bats a game. Average baseball player will stand up at the plate, and he'll look at an average of 5 pitches at bat. There's actually 5 pitches at bat. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got something. That's amazing. Huh. Now it's going to go crazy, but I got to share with you. Think about this. You know what the baseball player's doing when he's at bat? You know what he's doing when he's looking at them pitches? He's training his eye. You know why? He's training his sight. He's training his vision. He has to, watch this. They say that baseball player, when that ball starts leaving the hand, that he's got to pick it up to know if it's a slider or a curveball or whatever. He's got to have the vision, the sight. Do you have the vision and sight? That's what life's about. Why? You'll never go beyond your vision and your sight. So the average at batter, Mike, he's up there and he's looking at an average of 5 pitches. Boom! Boom! Now think about this. If you hit 2 or 250, you're $1 million player. You ain't a superstar, but you're $1 million player. You know what that tells me? You strike out 8 out of every 10 times you step up to the plate. You don't even get a hit. You strike out 8. Do you understand? You fail 4 times the amount. I mean, have y'all ever watched a game and you see the guy up there and he strikes